Everything we do here at James Project focuses on caring for vulnerable women and children because we believe that's the call that God has placed on every one of us as Christians.
Hey everybody, we're back. It's a May update with Bryon and Tiffany. So how are you guys doing?
We're great. How about
Okay.
you, Kathy?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's almost spring here. Well, I think it's spring. I don't think we're supposed to get any more snow, so it's nice to see some green grass instead of snow. So
We're ahead of you. We're ahead of you
yes.
just a little bit. It's been pretty nice here. We're getting the spring storms though.
Yeah, we had a weird thunderstorm Sunday morning. It was very weird. I didn't expect it. So when the sound woke me up, I thought it was just the wind, but it was a thunderstorm. It was very interesting. So what's going on in Guatemala for May?
Well, this isn't in Guatemala, but this Saturday, May 4th, we're having our very first pickleball tournament as a fundraiser.
Mhm.
So we're excited about that. It's all coming together.
It is. We've had a $25,000 match for the pickleball tournament. So we have a raffle going this weekend and we have 30 teams registered right now and several sponsors. So we're really excited because it's a group of new people. So we're hoping to get to know new people, introduce them to the project and really, really share what God's doing down in Guatemala.
Like
Very
that. And pickleball is sweeping the nation. I mean, it's one of the
exciting.
most fastest growing sports in popularity, and that anybody can do this. It doesn't have to be local to us. Wherever you are as a listener, you can do something like this and raise some money. I mean, it's fun. People are on board. It's been again, we're meeting new people in the process, and we're exposing the James Project to a new audience.
And if you need help with it, reach out and we can help you with getting it set up and kind of directing you and this is our first time. So, but we'll help you any way we can.
Yeah, that's exciting. And it's nice to know that we can support in other ways. You know, we can bring awareness to our neighborhoods about the James Project and do these kinds of things. So I appreciate that that's an option. I know I've done one that was fun. So not a pickleball tournament, but an event to raise some money. So it is good. All right. What else is going on?
So in Guatemala, we've posted and shared a little bit about our new daycare that's under construction, and much the way things go in Guatemala, we're a little bit behind schedule. We're not going to finish as quickly as we hoped, but there is progress being made.
We're very close. When I was down there last week, they had the windows in. They're basically just putting up, the only things left when I came back were putting up the divider walls and installing the bathroom. Some of the pipes were there, but it should be done shortly and we'll move the kids over and they're going to have so much more space to play and so much more space to sleep. And it stayed pretty cool in there when we went in. It's a nice space. I'm really excited about it. And it's still very close to where their playground is. So they'll still be able to use the daycare playground. And I just think it's going to be a huge blessing for them and the teachers.
Yeah, it's about double the space, I believe. It looks like it. I mean, when we were
Yeah,
there,
it's huge.
it looks huge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big space. And then we'll be able to immediately, as once we move all of them over, we'll be able to immediately start redesigning the current daycare and setting up offices and having all our professionals in the same building. So we're excited about that as well.
That's great. Yeah, and I saw the post. It does look really nice in there. A lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. And that will
Another
be,
thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say that will be soon, just not, you were hoping to be done by May 1st.
We were hoping to be done yesterday, but it didn't quite work out, but we're very close.
Mhm.
Yes. So I was just going to say that another thing going on there on campus is if you haven't seen this, our older girls just won a city of Monjas championship in soccer, which is very
Mhm.
exciting.
It's
Yeah.
very exciting. When they won this year, what that means, so they played other schools in the area, and it was a tournament that went over a couple different days. So they won each level and came out as the champions. And since they came out as the champions, they have a big sports celebration in Guatemala in September, and they do different activities. But our school will represent Monjas in the championship. It's a nationwide thing, and not to say that we're going to be competing nationwide, but we'll be Monjas representatives this September and next September, since we won this last, or this during this last week or week
Wow.
before. Out of that celebration too, as we were sitting on the sidelines, we were talking with Dailene, the director of the school, and Hair Bear and the kids, and we realized we didn't have a mascot. So
Mhm.
we have a new school mascot now. We're in the process of developing it, and we are going to be the Lions, because the Lion of Judah is watching over us. So
Mhm.
we are going to be the Lions, and we are champions, and now we have a new mascot.
That's so exciting. And soccer is a big sport down there. Like pickleball's taking the
It
storm,
is.
taking the nation here. Soccer is huge down there, right?
It is. And
Mhm.
for those of you who know Michelle is 11 years old. She plays, if she plays in her age range, and she did play, but would play in the elementary school kids. She's so good that she played up and played with the bigger kids too. So if you saw the picture online, she played both with the younger and with the older kids and did amazing. She scored several goals. I mean, she was just amazing. So it looks like if she stays with us, we're going to be dominant for years to come.
Well, that's exciting. I bet she loves to be able to be part of that too. It's a great
She,
opportunity. You know,
and what's so amazing about those things, Kathy, is those championships, when
mhm,
they participate in that, when they get awards, and our school has been so good for so many years since Joanne and Carol founded it. I mean, they have been champions in so many things. And once you win that award, that's not something somebody can take away from you. Those
right.
kids will always be champions. That's a memory they're always going to have. And from years in the past, they would go to the city and compete in what was gymnasia. And they would win national championships. And those are memories and awards and validations that, can really mark a child's life. So these
Yeah.
things are very, very exciting for them.
Mhm.
For kids who don't have a lot of wins in their life, it's huge.
Yeah, yeah, and
Proud of.
it's really nice to highlight it too, because we often think of just the home, like they're just in I mean, not just, but you know what I mean, the family aspect of it and the healing part that they're getting there. But this is an opportunity that if they were back home with their families that were dysfunctional or not healthy, they wouldn't have an opportunity to play sports most likely because they wouldn't be in school. So it's just an added bonus of being there too, that this is such a life-giving and life-changing experience for them that we often don't think about you know
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just
Yeah.
realized there's Michelle right there over our shoulder.
Well, that's wonderful. I bet they were thrilled.
It was fun. I was fortunate enough that I got to be there. I didn't get to be there for their final game. I had to come back to the States before that, but I was there for their first game where they won. And just seeing their excitement and being able to be there was a huge blessing.
That's great. So great. Thank you for sharing that. All right, what else is going on?
Well, it's team season, and we're well underway. I mean, once we get through May, and then, in the summer, people get out of school, it'll pick up even more. But it's a busy time, and our new team coordinator Vanessa has a lot of work out for her this summer, but she's done a fantastic job.
She is,
Great.
and we look forward to everyone getting to know Vanessa. She's a lot of fun. She brings a lot of life. All of our team leaders, our team coordinators have been amazing, and each one brings something special to it. So we're looking forward to everybody getting to know her as well. And we have a lot of teams that are going to get to know her this summer. I think I don't know if there's 10 teams coming this summer, maybe more. I mean, there's a lot. So she is going to be very busy. Please keep her in your prayers. She's
Mhm,
going to be very tired. So, but
mhm.
we're excited to have everybody down there.
Good, good. Yeah, I just interviewed Rebecca for a podcast, and it was so interesting to hear because I don't think about the job, right? But all the different aspects that that a team coordinator has to organize. So it's a big job. So I bet
It
she
is,
will be tired.
it is a big job. And when you've got the management of the pieces, but team after team that are coming, and most plan well in advance, but then managing the team when they're there and making sure. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it.
And
Yeah,
the
a lot of
translation alone is exhausting. When you're translating for the team,
Yeah.
it's very exhausting, and we appreciate everybody's grace with our translation.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, so CNA is the center, basically government agency that oversees us. I mean, they're over adoptions and children's homes. They're a government agency, and they're not our favorite, but they change a lot of personnel, and with that personnel comes a lot of changes. So we just haven't been dealing with them for a long time. We need prayer.
We are grateful for all of our partnerships, but we are ready for this process to end. We just need, again, we've been asking for favor. We want to do everything we possibly can for the children, for the benefit of the children. And ending this process, having it finalized so we can spend more time focusing on the kids would be beneficial. So we just pray for favor and for a final answer from CNA so that we can go about doing the business that God's called us to do.
Yeah, and I think people here can relate because it's hard when a government agency oversees something that involves children, because in the office of that government agency, it all makes sense on paper. But when it comes to practical application, when you bring that to the place where it needs to be implemented, there are a whole lot of other factors that you can't really process in a government office because it's not hands-on. So I think we as Americans up here and people listening could probably relate. I mean, I used to work at a school, and it's very hard to deal with the government regulations that are put on teachers, even in this country, because they don't always translate correctly in the
Right.
practical application. So,
And
and I think that
the bureaucracy of just the forms and some of that kind of thing, sometimes it just feels like it's distracting rather than adding to. So
yeah,
asking for patience for our team and wisdom as well, because we want to do all things well. But sometimes, as with anything, it can be irritating.
Well, we'd rather be using those resources to help kids.
Yeah.
right. Because you're doing the right thing. You're taking care of these kids well. They're trying to make sure, but their process of trying to make sure is not always conducive to you continuing to take good care of the kids. So,
Not
yeah.
always the most efficient.
Right. Right. Yes, that translation is tough. So,
Yeah.
all right. So we're praying
And
about that. Anything else?
then the last thing we have is it's rainy season is starting. So we are grateful to God that rainy season is starting when it comes, because this is the hottest time of the year as it's leading up to rainy season. So once that breaks, and I got word that yesterday it rained a little bit last night, it cools things off
Yeah.
some. But it also, after 6 months of little to no water in the ground, we need it. We want to see green grass again for our goats, for our cows. It helps refill the water table at the project. It brings new life. So it is refreshing. So we are celebrating that rainy season is upon us again.
Good, good. And how long does rainy season last?
Through November. Or up to November.
Yeah, until normally, yeah.
But rainy season there is not, it doesn't rain all the time, right? It
does not. It's kind of like, I tell people it's kind of like Florida, where Florida, it rains, it builds up and then it rains in the afternoon. A lot of times in Guatemala, it just rains at night. I say in Guatemala, in Monjas. There's parts of Guatemala, it rains a lot more during the day. But most of the time in Monjas, not that it never rains during the day, but most of the time it'll rain in the evenings and at night.
Yeah, I was just thinking about we've been down in August 2 years in a row now, and I can't remember if it's rained during the day. It doesn't feel like it's rained during the day when we're
Yeah,
there.
it does. It's
Isn't very
rare.
often.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's very
yeah.
rare.
It would be refreshing, I'm sure, though, if it
Yeah.
did.
Especially if it's the day you go to climb the volcano, a little bit of
Mhm.
rain coming down. Yeah,
Right, right. Yes, we haven't done that yet. Maybe it'll be this year.
that would be good. Takes you back to the childhood where you're splashing in
Mm,
puddles and cooling off, and yeah,
yes, yeah, yeah.
very life-giving.
Yes, very much so. Anything else for May?
That's
I
all I
think
have.
that's it.
That's it.
I just ask everyone to please pray for our staff too.
Mhm.
They're working hard. They're amazing people, but we don't want to do anything outside of the will of God. So we pray for wisdom, and we also just pray for refreshing, for just a supernatural refreshing for everyone who's there, because
Mhm.
we want to be guided every moment of every day by God.
Mhm. Yeah. How many kids are on property right now? Do you know? Just
I
kind of.
don't. It's somewhere between probably 106 and 111.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
depends on the audiences of the day
Mhm.
and new kids that come in and who gets sent back, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
I just. Yes.
changes day by day typically.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when we're maxed out right now, we're at about 110, 111.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, I'll let you go and get on with your day. But thank you for taking time to update us about May, and we'll look forward to talking to you in June.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you,
Have a great
Kathy.
day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.